What up, everybody? It's Ponter here. Today we've got a special game. This is a Stars versus Pros, played in 2008 on Power Plant. So it's everyone's favorite map. And a little background on this. We've got kind of the who's who of Wick at the time, and specifically this match was set up to be basically the pro players versus the pub stars. So a long time ago, when Wick was in its infancy, there were professional players to a certain extent, where they played for money essentially. So teams were made and they played for money. And then there was, of course, the large number of players who just played for fun. They played in pubs, and they racked up tons of score and whatnot, and had fun. They didn't really. Maybe they played clan wars, but not very seriously. Look at these plans from Face. Uh, Face was an incredible infantry player back in the day, and a funny guy. But yeah, 4 inf 4 air on this map would actually work pretty well. To yeah. So, but back to the context. There was always an animosity between the pubbers, the pub stars, and the pro players. And I think it's even in 2021 when I recording this. There's still some animosity between the pub players and the match mode players. So, I mean, it's a little less. We're pretty much the pub players are the match mode players at this point, so you can't really fault them. And we're just getting the teams together here, and so here's pretty much what it looks like. So this is the pro side for. I mean, people might recognize some of the names here. We've got DC and Swoosh. This might be Hunter. This might be Cat. I can't barely remember all these, but this is a pretty stacked team. And then and we're actually on the. This is a replay. This is the pub star side. So we're gonna see the pub star vision of this, and it's an 8v8. So the pub star, this is where the pro players are fighting on the pub star territory, because if this was like a 5v5 or a 4v4, that's usually what the pros play in. When Wick was played competitively and seriously, it was always 5v5. That was the default. And a lot of people are like, whoa, why didn't you do clan wars in 2v2s, or in 8v8s, or 2v2s, or whatever, or 6v6s, or whatever weird combo people come up with. And that's just not done. We just don't do it that way. It's 5v5s or bust, maybe 4v4s, but really I don't think that was played professionally a lot. But I guess the pro players are throwing the pub stars a bone, and yeah, they're putting Tim on air, which is like their correct. Yeah, I mean, Tim is okay at everything else, but here's some. How much are they getting paid for this? You're only. Oh yeah, they're paying us. Positron flexing with the colored text. Yeah, and I don't know how you can play ESL. Like, yeah, it's 2 roles each, I guess. So no super gay strats. Yeah, and we've got some interesting banter going on. I won't speed through that. But notice, like, half this game's time is just set up. So maybe it's not going to be as close as we think it's going to be. Like, the pub stars know how to score. They know how to beat up even newbier pub play. But let's see what they're gonna do on this. I'm guessing. Yeah, we got 2 heavy air players, so no medium air. That's interesting. The guy we're watching is Red 6. I don't know. I don't really. The only people I know on this team are Face and Tim. I don't even know how they ended up on like Tim has played for money. I know that. And I know, and I'm pretty sure Face has as well. But let's see this push. Yeah, we got Hunter going, pushing there. Face is going the no truck option, which I think is good. It gets more inf on the ground. Let's see if the cap. Interesting that nobody from the pub star went over here to share in the cap. And it looks like the pros are going to take this pretty handily. The train station, but ooh, an amazing cap by the pub stars, securing the double armor up here. Very difficult. I think the NATO side has a trouble pushing up on Crash right off the bat. But we see here the overextended tanks are getting chewed apart, and I think the inf is going to start to tell. But this is going to be a good inf fight on the Crash site. Like Face versus Hunter, I think is a pretty even. Like it's not insanely uneven, and because I think in terms of like pub stars pub stars are really good at support, and you can see like the leftover pub stars that we have still playing the game, like Diamer. Or Wally, they're support players through and through. I think you learn a lot playing support. Basically, how to whore score, and not die to air. And I think air but pretty much every other role, it's very tough to learn properly in pubs. And here comes the arty, especially air and armor, and most especially inf. Like there's no way to learn good inf in pubs, for the simple fact, like you're not getting fed drops usually in pubs. You're usually against like the stupidest infantry players in the world in a pub, so you can get away with pretty much anything, or you're just gonna get artied and burned out to shit. And in 8v8s, it's just so hard to survive as inf. It's an exercise in frustration. So the inf players are probably going to get the shit kicked out of them on either side. Like, like Red 6 has a forward position here, but he basically got wiped out. And this building has been properly beat up. Like, you need to move your sniper. I mean, this is a good sniper spot. Like, look at this. Excellent sniper spot. And Face has done a good job. Like, Face has, beat the shit out of Hunter over here. He's taken control of this woods. He's got, once you have like 3 drops, you're defending in a cluster and they're kind of like mutually defending. It's really hard to dislodge this. Like usually I wouldn't be surprised if we see a med arty come out. Oh no, Hunter, he's playing not dirty. And Tim is just spawn raping. Beautiful stuff. That's wonderful. So the pub stars are doing great. Good on them. But on the other hand, this situation over here is not looking good. We'll see how oh yes, you're up against Swoosh. That's pretty scary stuff. This is excellent. This like commando guy. I think he's getting shot at by something. Yeah, he is. But he turned off the fire, so he should be a little more hidden, but it's not enough. And I guess the correct response is, yeah, you just hammer this position with arty. Look at that. That was a double heavy arty. Beautiful thing. But then the air needs to come in and fuck up the tanks now that the support is dead. So, good. Oh, yeah, here comes the air. So, yeah, that's perfect coordination. Oh, and they have Cat on air. That's interesting. And look at this. This is going to be great. And he misses both of them. Oh man, how do you not air to air? I don't know if Cat is actually good at air. He's like an inf player, like he's like super sick at inf. But I guess like this team is so stacked. Like who do you like? You've got so many good inf players in this bunch. It's pretty hard to you know, pretty hard to keep it pick only 2 out of that group. And yeah, here comes, this is, you know, the momentum, the momentum, like it's so easy to push this side as USSR or sorry, NATO. Like look at this, just because you don't need to go here. Like it's hard to push here, but to win a game, you just need to sit here. So if you can hold these woods, which they clearly do, because like they have no line of sight into these woods anymore, and then set up your AA net here and here. Like this is just a majestic AA net. This is perfect. And then you just park a heavy here, just one heavy. You keep another couple heavies in case they TA this, because that's gonna be, yeah. Here comes the TA. Oh no, they're just blowing that building up. Yeah. You just need to hold here, and it just fucks up the team so hard. And then all you need to do, and the NATO is starting to build a tech without even holding crash site, and they're accumulating crash site. And I think Cat is doing the no scout, like just killing with recons or scans, which as a NATO, on the NATO side, your scans are only 8. And in an 8v8, you guys are generating so much TA. If you just keep asking for TA, I'm sure you'll get enough to scan constantly. So even if you suck at air, you can just be obnoxious. And this is, I don't know about this, the mixed air, that's some weedy pub star shit right there. Pretty, I mean, yeah. And just overextended tanks, like the AA can't survive. And notice face has kind of collapsed. Like, where did all his paras go? So even though he had a commanding position, I think he got his attention got sucked over here, and it looks like they're going triple inf. So much for ESL, triple inf. That's even weedier. Oh man, and I guess that's why he went medium air, because they only have 1 support. But notice when they switched off that inf to support, like the armor is just getting absolutely crushed. And let's see. Okay, that's a nice cap. What a ballsy cap. How do they even do that? Excellent stuff from the pub stars. And yeah, I don't know if this is like it's hard to distinguish the skill differential of pubbers and clan war players, especially in an 8v8. Like, is it the individual skill that made these guys good enough to get onto the good teams, or is it the game sense? Like shit like this, like why are they charging the fact that they changed off of support and now they're just charging naked heavy tanks into, okay, Cat got a scout into Cat air, and the support player, instead of, he's got a rep and like this is pub shit right here when you're worried so much about, we got to kill the inf, I got to repair and make score. But he only has 1 AA, which isn't going to do jack shit against this. He's like a bunch of ranked up choppers. Well, hell no. So it's like a mixture of individual skill. Like you can grind on pubs and kind of become skilled. Like, and we've seen that happen. But to learn how to like play the game, like the meta strategies in games are critical. Like the subtle thing, like they didn't YOLO over here. They're just poking a little bit, just enough to fuck them up, just to get that tick. Because all they care about is just decapping this is so devastating. Same thing here. They're like the AA just parked up here, preventing the cap. Beautiful stuff. And yeah, this is the only AA they have. Let's see if they can prevent the cap. Oh no. Oh yeah, little bit of a mistake. That's the only AA on the entire play, like on the entire crash site. Other than this stuff over here that's just coming, like, so these tanks are gonna get absolutely butt blasted. And yeah, the Artie comes crashing down. Like, this is an excellent spot for Artie, and he has to reinforce through this hellhole, and like you have to go through this narrow little bit, or you have to go over here, and if you have tanks set up here, it's just a snipe city. And yeah, they're actually going ballsy now. They can go for the cap because everything over here is dead. The fight for crash. Okay, Mutt has decapped this. Good stuff. He's just sitting there. That's the right thing to do. Where's the air? Where's Tim? Okay. Yeah, Tim is repairing all his choppers at once. Classic. And they've gone full medium air. Desperation with the triple inf. Pub stars. Breaking the rules. Like, they'd be you kicked out of the tournament for this. unacceptable. Breaking ESL. And for those of you who don't know what ESL is, ESL was the rule set for competitive play, like in tournaments and whatnot. And one of the main things with ESL is, let's say, for example, in a 4v4 or an 8v8, or in a 4v4, one of each role. So you can't like go quad air. And in an 8v8, it's two of each role. And finally, here comes the heavy airstrikes. Kind of not. I haven't seen a lot of those this game. Okay, and Face has completely given up on Crash, utterly demoralized, beaten to shit by Hunter. Look at that, killing the sniper. I don't even know if that was Hunter's para. Anyway, just go and fight Swoosh, which is even worse. Or I don't even know what would be worse. Fighting Swoosh in an established position on this side, or fighting Hunter in an established position on this side. Like, both of them are just nightmares. And he's just sitting in the open trying to prevent the decap, getting attack grounded by air. That's brutal. And yeah, the drops, once the drops get over here, it's pretty much GG. Like, these are in vision. Like, I wonder if we'll see an air-to-air. Oh, no, he's going for the... Yeah, he's going for the cheeky arty on the rep jeeps. Yeah, no mercy for rep jeeps. I'll love to see it. And yeah. Interesting that they don't decap here. You'd think that they want the quick win. This is a good arty, but it's not enough to prevent the cap. Just barely. Positron's the light tank. Just barely survives. Oh, let's see. Can Cat get air to air? Is he going to flare out of it? No. Oof. That hurts. Yeah, this is utter collapse by the pub stars. What is it? What can we learn from this? So 8v8's on power plant. Very interesting dynamics. Mainly, like it's incumbent on the USSR side to hold this, and if that happens, it's incumbent on the NATO side to attack here. But there's a smart way to attack it, and just look at the score differential. One support, very. I don't know about that. And just domination by Swoosh. Just terrifying. You know, Hunter had a pretty rough game fighting on the crash site, but, you know, if you're not up there getting caps on the crash site, it's pretty tough. And Positron had a good... Positron and Mutt just commanding armor. But yeah, this was a good team, but obviously Pub Stars don't have it in them. And it's interesting now... I think the same results would happen if we scrape together enough of the pro players left kicking around. I mean, pro in parentheses, because nobody's pro anymore. But yeah, that's a good game. There's another one that I have of that, and special shoutouts. I think Good Player gave that one to me. So yeah, thanks Good Player. Anyways, that was an old game, and yeah, catch you guys later.